In this episode of Spiritual Swords, I'll be sharing how to stop abuse and trauma with Proverbs 18, verse 21, the power of the tongue, and a bonus tip on why it's crucial to guard your dreams from toxic people. When we experience abuse and trauma, especially in abusive relationship with toxic people, particularly narcissists in a romantic or parental role, we don't generally understand why our efforts don't come to fruition. We believe we are good people, especially chosen ones, empathetic and particularly empathic people who are chronic truth tellers. We fail to understand that by always sharing truthfully, we tend to overshare, most times unknowingly casting our pearls before swines, which are our hopes, wishes, and dreams, to dark spirits who are saboteurs. If you are still in a narcissistic relationship, you do not yet fully understand why none of your efforts are working. Proverbs 18, verse 21 states, "The tongue has the power of life and death." By sharing with narcissists any idea we want to bring to life or we want to bring life to, you have spoken death over your desire for that idea to become a reality. It might happen if the narcissist sees some reason it might benefit them. They may even offer to help you, but they are constantly pulled away by some massive project that always delay your idea from becoming a reality. Many jealous, envious people function in this way, which is why you hear about people sending others the evil eye. If many of your ideas simply don't come to fruition and you were truly dedicated to taking action to make them work, it's because you're among dark spirits where speaking any idea to them serves to kill that idea. I was prompted a while back to shut up. My spirit kept telling me, don't share so much. It was a challenge for me at that time. I was still in a narcissistic relationship, but I had come to understand some of the saboteur moves of the narcissist. It was a challenge for me to shut up due to my empathic trait and my need in the past for being really empathetic and a chronic truth teller. I was used to telling the truth from childhood despite receiving beatings from my mother for telling the truth. When she asked a question and I gave her an honest answer, she would beat me, accusing me of being rude and lying. Over the years, I remember meeting people here and there who, when I answered a question truthfully, occasionally a few people would tell me, "Stop lying." Because of those reactions I got in the past when telling the truth, I had learned to tell little white lies mainly to nosy people who were asking me about my personal business that I felt was none of their business. Imagine growing up isolated and excluded from childhood. You develop into a people pleaser. Into my adult life, dealing with a narcissistic mother and then involved with a narcissistic partner at the time who was skilled at manipulation. I graduated from emotional abuse college with a double major in people pleasing and oversharing. Just before my journey into spiritual awakening, my spirit had prompted me to stop sharing so much. It was really difficult to do at the time, though I made efforts. I was fired from my job shortly after for setting and enforcing my boundaries, then went into isolation from being fired from nearly everyone. But the oversharing did still come out at the time during phone conversations or while at the store. By then, I had exited all narcissistic and toxic relationships with all abusers, including toxic bosses. It took a while and dedicated, conscious, and consistent effort to reduce oversharing. From writing my first book, I underwent self discovery and journey into self love. My desire to offer myself well deserved love broke me away from people pleasing, but at that time, I was still a chronic oversharer. I was not, it was not about talking for me, it was not the need to talk. It was from a need to be honest. I had frequent encounters, like I now have frequent encounters receiving spiritual guidance post awakening, and since stopped oversharing by at least 90%. And I've been working to balance life post awakening, learning to conduct myself on this journey. Recently, my spirit highlighted to me that one of the reasons I am now back in isolation is that I should speak less, and that the reason I did not receive that download during the times I was still around people working, because at that time my mind would have been too busy for me to receive this message, for this message to have been delivered. Now that I have the depth to understand the knowledge clearly, now I know that how you use the life of the tongue can cause death to ideas and information shared with the wrong people. When you guard your information by stopping oversharing and stay silent, remembering that even those who claim to love you, not everyone around you has your best interests at heart. Though they may fake and pretend well, people like narcissists are monitoring spirits who've accepted their spiritual karmic mission to monitor and cause delay or blockages in your life, which are essentially spies in your life like a fly on the wall, siphoning and planted as a saboteur, blocking your fertile soil, living with traits of jealousy while claiming to love you. Their presence is simply a mole planted, especially to a narcissist if you are a chosen one and an empathic person. They view you as their enemy and will fight to stay in your life, like keeping you close to gain a better vantage point to carry out their spiritual or energetic attacks. If you found these insights helpful, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share your personal experiences in the comment below. On to the bonus tip. Now, for my bonus tip, this is the most impactful bonus tip I have ever shared. It is packed with information, but it is vital. So, I'll share how I learned to overcome oversharing. I started out with yoga, though I don't get to do much presently. The one thing I am consistent with is daily meditation. Now, I practice saying the least, just like the people who betray you, they say very little and they listen more. They will prompt you to share your personal business, but they do not share theirs with you. You might mistake their sporadic attentive or appearance of attentive listening for care and support. Because they listen more than they speak, you may think that, oh, this person is so awesome. They're attentively listening, they're providing me care and support. Meanwhile, it is disguised as attentive listening with the intention for exploitation at an opportune time. Many people who betray you do so using the inside knowledge about you they gain from your oversharing about yourself with them. I have had this happen to me several times in the past, especially with chatty employers who share some personal things in the beginning to disarm you. Then you bite the bait and begin to overshare, thinking you're a new employee and my boss is sharing this. My last two employers did this exact thing to me. And because I'm a truth teller who think as they appear to be sharing with such sincerity, you in kind try to be polite as again they're your employer. Then it was information shared with these employers that they use specifically, like me sharing in one instance that I was fired working in an unsafe environment, and when I spoke up, to my boss, I was fired. The last employer used that as an opportunity for betrayal, like a scorpion, to dismiss me when they realize you're maintaining boundaries they cannot cross, as they will try to get you to conform. And if you don't, they will seek to put you in a box. They think for sure that would make you conform if they attempt to put you in a box. Their realization that they cannot get you in a box, and even if through some shady tactics, using employment or managerial tactics to end up getting you in the box, you find a way out. As a Phoenix Warriors, we fight for our freedom. No one can truly trap us. The lesson I learned in discernment showed me not to trust first. It is how people behave consistently past the first encounter that show me their true character. That is the lesson I will carry for life. Now, my desire is to say the bare minimum. My spirit had prompted me to cut out the unnecessary pleasantries and going out of my way to greet and speak to people who, many times, if you notice, are not genuinely interested in what you say and have selective hearing. Simply put, stop talking so much. While you're speaking, most of the times, they aren't even listening to you. When sharing with people with selective hearing, you are simply wasting your energy, which is, it would be more useful talking to a plant. When I practice being silent, I find I really love and enjoy it. The most important thing I desire to share is this bonus on top of the bonus tip is that just like, and this is really, really important, extremely important, like just like you don't place clothing on an hanger that is already in use, that is already occupied, or you don't park a car in a spot that is already occupied. When you are busy talking, oversharing, the universe, the creator cannot share with you the divine wisdom meant for your growth or whisper to your spirit that $1 million idea. As your mind is occupied when you're speaking, when you're silent, your mind is open as well as you are open. Seeing that you are a channel, when you are silent, you are open to receiving. When you are no longer a captive to giving of yourself through people pleasing and oversharing, it means you are open. I'm sorry, it means you are okay with being your own company. It means you are okay with being your own company. You don't need anyone to validate you. You self validate yourself. You don't need to look outside for external validation. You're contented being your own best company. The more you remain silent, the happier you end, the happier you are within. I don't know why I can't speak as well today for some reason. The happier you are in the end, the happier you are within when you learn to block out all the noise. Finally, one of the most beautiful things that happens when you use the life in your tongue correctly is that speaking your positive affirmation can bring life to your dreams, manifesting your heart's desires. Thank you for watching. Namaste.